Zoro, Zany Zelda.
Zigzag, Zelda, Zigzag. Welcome back to the ZZZ. I'm a host, Kampy DK.
I'm also a host. Super MC here.
Today we're here to talk about the Minish cap on our definitive ZZZ list.
Be sure to check out the previous episodes if you want to know how this works.
Yeah, check it out down below. Like I said, we're going to quickly go over this. 9 categories. Here they are. Woo! First category on the Minish cap. US box art only. Let's take a dive right in. Well, there he is.
There is definitely Link.
There he is.
What's going on in the background?
What is that? Why is this broken? What is this thing?
It's a kinstone.
Anyway. So, alright. So now, so seeing this box art, I notice Link's cap is doing something weird, and it's shown twice. Over the C in cap. So
yes.
It seems like a very important person. Sword looks okay. I don't know what that sword is at all.
Yeah.
At all. I don't know what's going on. Cool shield. Spine's very pretty, actually.
The red is really cool.
Red, like, it's very Christmas. Happy December.
Merry Chrysler.
Alright. The magic of the Minish cap. Only for the Game Boy Advance. Not compatible with other Game Boy systems.
I like how they use bullet points. They use rupees as bullet points.
Bullet points. 3 images. One where he's on a... he looks like he's very small.
He's on a leaf.
He's on a leaf. One you're sucking a mushroom. And fire! There's one with fire. Michael,
sucking a mushroom!
You just blow it up for us. Third, it shows a map, a compass, and a rupee bag. It seems like
I feel like the map and compass rupee bag. I feel like that's just like
just
pulling out images out of the folder, man.
And then they show Link doing a spin attack.
Yeah, that's some good art.
It's very good. It falls back to the point of being a paper. It's made of paper, so you have to have a dust cover on this.
I'm also a little concerned. I feel like it's lazy.
Like they took like boom boom. They were just like, all right, let's just slap this together.
It's like let's look at the art folder that the artist provided, and let's just drag and drop Link on there, resize, and put the logo in, resize. The back, get some points for the rupee bullet points.
No, that's really nice. So if you have any issues, call 1-800-255-3700.
3700.
Importante. Cool. This game was done all by Nintendo, correct?
No, Capcom.
That's right. This is the last game Capcom worked on with them, right?
Correct.
So, box art.
Wait, actually, yes. I was thinking about Four Swords.
Yeah,
they contributed that.
So,
yes.
The thing that's really holding up for me is like the around the edges, because all around the top of the box, the side of the box, it's just gorgeous. It looks really good, but on the front, it's just so lazy.
It's so lazy.
It's so lazy. Like, look at Link. It's just literally that right there.
Yeah.
There he is.
I thought that was a 1 at first. I'm like, come on, my guy.
No. The edges, like, it just pops so much. Like, if you're, like, have it all spine, and you're like, woo, and then you pull it out and you get disappointed.
The story of this game is a fun tale. So the backstory before the game happens is that there is a Picori who was a tiny elf dude, little force creature, and his name is Eslo. He's an old man, and he makes hats, and with his apprentice Vati. And Vati goes evil and takes this magical cap that's super powerful magic and takes it for himself and uses it to turn Eslo into a hat himself.
Yep.
And subsequently try to take free a bunch of evil that was sealed by the Force Sword.
Yeah. So story-wise, it's really neat. It introduced a new race into
the Picori, the Minish.
Yeah. It released a whole new way, just like people and things like that, and it's a very straightforward Zelda game. It's point to point to point to point.
Yeah.
There's nothing like you don't feel compelled
to divert off the path.
Yeah, like you're just going through the game. It's just very standard.
In fact, it's very strict, like with how they put barriers in your way that can only be overcome with individual items.
And I think that's going to go more into the world of exploring and things like that, because it's very, very, very linear.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
story.
It's very linear story.
The idea that we got to talk about Vati in general. I think because he becomes a quite a scary villain at the end.
He becomes pretty scary, and he's a returning villain.
Yes,
so
he comes back.
He comes back. Or it's nothing that really sticks out to me. A lot of this game that has a lot of other points that stick out and makes it very memorable for me.
Eslo's neat.
Yeah, like Eslo fits in like as a really cool part of the story, but then like there.
Yeah, Eslo's gimmick.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a basic story. Like it gets you through it. Like I don't feel attached to the story. I feel more attached to the gameplay.
Yeah, I don't feel attached to almost any character. Like Eslo's cool. I think if we talk about characters in the game, Eslo's the most memorable. Vadi's neat. Oh yeah, Michael,
cut. Thanks, Michael.
The good cut. Well done.
Thanks for the water. Too.
Yeah, production upgrade.
Very much needed.
He got us water.
He did such a fantastic job.
Our budget's growing every episode with all 5 of our YouTube.
Pressing real hard on this. We're getting all the budget. All right, so story.
Let's summarize.
I think we talked about it. It's very linear. It's very average. It's not memorable. Characters.
There's some good characters.
But not a ton to make it like anything.
The Force Sword was a neat concept.
Yeah.
But the Force Sword had been technically invented before this game was invented, even though lore-wise it happens before.
Yeah. You go first.
5.
Yeah, that's it. I just don't know. It's yeah. All right, world.
There's some good areas.
There's some cool areas.
I like the swamp, even though it's a mess to get through. Like even with the Pegasus boots, it's still.
I love like how we talked about like the world, how different like things are happening. Like when you go to the Dark World and stuff like that. I like how like the world advances on your size, which is really cool. Like you get to do specific things like in houses and stuff like that. You go to like the rafting and stuff like that.
Cool. That's cool. And go between like houses like
like that's really cool. I like
the Wind Ruins area.
Yeah, one of my favorite areas is like being inside the barrel.
Oh, and so does that go into the dungeons?
I don't even know if that's a dungeon because that's like isn't that going in like in the Picori area?
The barrel houses.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Minish Village. Yeah. Minish Village is an excellent piece of world. But like we mentioned before when we were kind of getting a story, the game does really block you off based on what dungeon you've been. Like you can't get into certain areas unless you've gone the Force Sword. Like you can split into 2 links and to push or fill blocks.
You're really just stuck on a lot of stuff. The game really requires items.
Yeah.
For you to progress. Like you're not free.
Exactly.
To like just explore and stuff like that and just be like find out, I can't do this area at all. Like
there's a lot of I can't do this right now.
Yeah.
But if you look at other games, there's a lot of I can do this, or in the case of Link to the Past, there's a lot of I know how to do this, but I'm not ready yet.
Yeah.
Where Minish Cap, it's just like bodied instant.
And then it just goes back to being such a linear like do this to do this to do this. Oh look, you're done with the game. Are you satisfied? It's a gorgeous world.
I like it.
It's really good. It's well built. I do like the gimmick of growing and shrinking and things like that, but it does expand on the world for me. Like especially just exploring like houses and like little neat things. Talking to the Picori in the world. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Dang it, dude! We gotta stop agreeing. We gotta pull a more controversial Zelda game out of that.
I got you.
Because I feel this as well. Okay, first time playthrough. This and I feel like if we talk about games where we're going to be critical about the linearity of the world, are also games where we're going to be like, this is a good first time playthrough.
Yeah. This is one of the first ones I'd recommend to a lot of people to play.
Yeah.
It's
an easy Zelda game.
It's an easy Zelda game. The bosses
are a joke.
It's a very quirky, funny story. It teaches you how to play Zelda games. Like it teaches you mechanics and things like that.
Like find item to open areas.
Yeah, no.
Which we were just complaining about, but now we're giving it praise.
Yeah, like it's a very good first time Zelda game. I usually recommend to a lot of people. I very much enjoyed the game playing through the first time. Like I never got stuck, and that was the really nice thing. Is like even though like there was barriers, I was like I can't do this yet until I have this specific thing. I get that, but when going back through it becomes obnoxious. But your first time, it very holds your hand on what you're supposed to do very well.
Yeah, because like let's say you haven't played for a while. Unlike the earlier Zelda games, like for Game Boy and for SNES, if you log into the game after a while, Eslo pops is like, hey, I think we need to go to the mountain, and so that's useful.
Yeah, no, it's very good. Like it keeps you on track, which is very good. Like he's just yelling at you. Yeah.
I'm going to do that during Zeldathon now. Whenever I play Minish Cap, I'm just going to go in the back. I'll just sometimes go.
Yeah, I really think this is just like one. There are two games I'm always going to say like, hey, you should play this if you never played a Zelda game. This is one of them. It brings a lot of really good memories for me. That's why it's going to go over here pretty well. I'm giving this a 9. Like
Put me as an 8. Put me as an 8. I still feel like it has some Game Boy era issues of confusion at points with like puzzles. So, but overall it's much improved over something like a SNES first time experience.
Nostalgia for me. This wraps into items and certain things like that. It's such a pretty good game. Like it's just pretty. It's really just good memories when I played it the first time.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any negativity. Like. He's obnoxious, but he's not so annoying.
He's a good obnoxious.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't feel like I'm being buried by this obnoxious thing that's just like always popping up. Like he's giving you good help throughout. So that's like one of the.
The first dungeon, it's a little excessive, but I mean after that, like I said, it's a good first time experience. Like if we want to talk about Eslo as a mechanic, which I think is tying a lot of this together, is he's a great first time experience in that first dungeon. But if going back, you're gonna want Eslo to.
Yeah. But like nostalgia, like. I have a lot of fun memories, and a lot of people don't look at this game as like a big Zelda game. Like Silver, like this is his favorite game, and we have really good talks over this game because like it's a very fun game, and a lot of people don't look highly upon it, which is unfortunate. So like nostalgia for me, I'm giving it a 7. Like it does a really good job. Like I really liked it, and I had a really good time with it.
Put me as a 5.
5?
I don't know. There's nothing that if I was to put myself into a small meditative state and I was like the Legend of Zelda, there's nothing particularly for Minish Cap that would pop up in the wave of pictures that I think of.
Okay.
Like I can't like the mountain doesn't do anything. Like the I think the most nostalgic thing for me and we haven't mentioned yet was Dark Hyrule Castle, which we're gonna get into the meat. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, items are like the biggest thing for me. That's why I can't wait to talk about.
But first, let's talk about fighting.
Fighting. Boy, like you see a lot of the same enemies, big and small.
Which, if we want to talk about big and small, the idea of like fighting a giant choo-choo that's actually just a normal sized choo-choo, good.
Yeah, that was really cool. I like the like your first part playthrough and everything going through it's really neat utilizing like. You never think of using a pot, like the suck, to suck all of his jute and falls over and you hit that. That was really cool. I was like, it got repetitive later, but it was really cool, like, how to fight that boss in a way, like not having to, like, use a bow or something, like a hook shot. It's like, you use really cool items and things like that. And, like, shrinking and growing and things like that. It's just really cool.
Good sword mechanics, too. You get taught sword mechanics throughout the game.
Yeah, it's your spin attack, everything like that. They brought a lot of that stuff back in.
The dash sword attack is really neat.
I think like the biggest thing for me is just like enemies suck. Like there's not a lot of really.
There is not a lot of enemy variety.
Yeah, it's very just lacking. The enemies and it's just.
And they do reuse the big chew.
Oh yeah, that's like the biggest thing. It's like when I remember refighting, I was like,
Did Capcom run out of budget?
Was Nintendo like release it now? So we don't know. Overall, it's really solid for like a Game Boy Advance game and one of the handheld games overall. Like I never struggled with the fighting at all. Like I didn't have any issues. Oh, you go first.
Nah. The sword maneuvers push my score to 7. 5.
Yeah, that's average. It's really good. There's certain things I really like. I like it, but the no enemies and no variety really killed it for me. Like it just, I didn't feel like I was fighting a lot of stuff. Items, cool baby.
Say it. Just say it.
Cane of Packy. It's literally the greatest Zelda item ever. Flipping a pot. I love it so much. Put down in the description what's your favorite Zelda item. Can of Package is the best item by far.
The Gus Jar is cool. What else? There's the digging mitts, which are kind of neat.
Yeah.
The Rock's Cape is in this game.
Yeah.
Oh, item score just went up in the
Rock's
MC
Cape is
land.
so good.
I was feeling pretty middle of the road, and then Rock's Cape came into my life.
It doesn't have like a wide variety, but I feel like all of the items are just good.
This game introduced remote bombs.
Yes.
And remote bombs is such a good concept. It came back in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
So that's a Capcom original idea that made its way into Breath of the Wild. So I think it deserves points just for that.
Yeah.
What's 14 mean?
Wow.
Find out last episode on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. It doesn't have a ton of items. So like if you're looking at like compared to like Link to the Past and things like that, like you don't have a ton.
It's a more limited inventory, but the inventory is better used.
Yeah, better used. All the stuff is just used instead of like a one-time use or something like that. You use it because a lot of the places and things you're going to utilize a lot of those items and things. Like you do need the Gus Jar a lot of the time.
Like use the Kainapaki in the main town to flip over pots to find new shrinky points.
Yeah. So it's just it utilizes the items very very well.
You're selling me, my guy.
I mean, this is going to be lower than you probably think, but I'm going with an 8. Like the biggest thing is like there's not a lot of items. But the redeeming factor is there's really good items.
I'm going with a 7. I was thinking 6 initially because I like the Kainapaki, but I'm not campy levels of Kainapaki love.
That's the sickest item.
But I am Rock's Cape love, so that gets there. The meat. Let's talk about the dungeons. Deepwood Shrine. You got Cave of Flames. Temple of Droplets.
Yeah.
I like that one. And Dark Hyrule Castle.
Yeah. Very very good. Yeah. But it runs into the issue of just like too good dungeons over the bulk of just like you're very much
the Temple in the Sky. The
Sky.
It's the Wind Ruins is the one dungeon. This is oh my god, Temple of Winds.
Yeah.
Temple of Winds.
Think so.
Oh god,
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, we know we're you know we're talking. You know.
It runs into the issue where I'm just like
Deepwood Shrine's very average.
Yeah.
Cave of Flames very average. Temple of Droplets is good.
I just like the big thing. I like it utilizes a lot of the items. That's the biggest thing.
It's Wind Ruins and Temple of Wind.
And this goes right back to me with fighting enemies. Like enemies make dungeons.
Yeah.
And when you repeat
puzzles too.
Yeah, but like when you reuse enemies so much, especially Big Chew, you're kind of like it's very good, but it falls into very linear like going through the game. Like I don't feel attached a ton besides like 2 dungeons.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
4?
Sorry.
Do I use my power-up? I don't think I do. I don't think I use my piece of heart yet. I only have 4 of these, and there's a lot of Zelda games to go.
Yeah, there's big ones.
There's some big ones that I know you got some big opinions on, and I'm like, I gotta set it down, and I gotta look at the tablecloth coming. Because I don't think it's an 8 or a 7. I think it's a 6. It's because I love Dark Hyrule Castle, Temple of Winds, and I really like Temple of Droplets. Yeah. So I think because there's not a lot of dungeons, but the dungeons they have are pretty good. I'm giving it a 6.
Okay, that makes sense.
Gimmick. The gimmick is Aslo. And shrinking because of Aslo.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool.
It's a 2-world system, just like A Link to the Past. So if we want to think about that, like, how does this fare to a Link to the Past 2-world system?
I think the funniest thing, with the gimmick, like when you're small and you're like in the main overworld, you're just so tiny. You're just like, hello.
Yeah, Nintendo.
You're so small. They got the.
Nintendo had to make a 4-pixel version of Link, and it's like they're like, this is harder than making Mario for NES. Like, how do we do this? But if you look at that little character, like that's Link.
Like, he's right there.
It's totally Link. That's
it's so cool. Like, it's a very neat thing, and for being like your companion and your main way of transforming everything.
And it's quick.
Yeah, it's very fast.
It's not cumbersome.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's good. Then all the points, like the shrink points, make sense. They're very visible.
Yes.
Like, it's not like, what? What's going on? Like, do I have to do this? Like, you can switch back and forth really quick.
And also things that require that shrinking are visible when you're big very easily as well.
Yeah.
Like, you'll very clearly see, like, a small passageway.
I think, like, one of my favorite things when shrinking is when you go doop, 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 down. And
That was a cutscene.
Yeah, I think that's hilarious. It's a pretty average gimmick. Like, does a very good job. Wow, you are much
I'm
higher
giving it an 8.
It's a little higher than me, but I think it's a 7. Like, it utilizes everything well. Like, it just does it well. All right, Michael.
Make a cut. We're gonna math time. Hey, all right, guys. We've got our score 112. 112 is our score out of 180 for this game.
I'm feeling it. Just everything was so enjoyable.
Some bonus points.
Some bonus points. Like, my favorite thing is just exploring the whole world. Like, the first time playing through, it's such a memorable thing for me. Even though it was my second Zelda game I played, it was so much more enjoyable, and it actually made me like the Zelda series a lot more. Like, even though it's very linear and everything like that, it did bring me a lot of happiness going through this.
So put that down here. We're not going to tape them up every time, I've decided.
So it's an extra 10 points.
Extra 10 points. That is going to put up to 120.
120.
122.
122.
So there you go. That's what we think of the Minish Cap. It's time to find out what we're doing next time.
So next time on Dragon Ball
Z.
Oh my God.
Ocarina of Time.
OT.
Oh boy.
So thank you guys all for watching.
Leave comments.
Follow us on Twitter. Check out the last episodes if you haven't seen them. And we'll see you next time on the ZZZ.